In less than 48 hours of both of them being banned, now it is official that both Nina and Zoe
It's only
Spencer
been
are
one
unbanned
day.
after being
It only took one day, bro. That's crazy. I had said a week before this, but it's only been one day. That's insane, bro. It was a nigga on on standby, bro. As soon as they ban him, they said, all right, set a day timer. We don't think anybody's gonna notice. As soon as one day passes, unban him. We did our job. That's all we need to do. We're good. And that's literally what happened. You feel me? That is crazy. You gotta at least make it look like you care. You commit to it, mud. Like, really, like, oh yeah, they deserve this ban, so we gonna keep them banned for like a month. They couldn't even last a day, gang. That's crazy. Nina Lin and Zoe Spencer really got away with this. Video by Omizi. Now, this is a follow-up to a follow-up. Nina Lin and Zoe Spencer, they had gotten banned for what they had did to the boy Saeed. We won't speak on it too much, you know what I'm saying? But now, I think they've gotten unbanned? So they had to have been banned for a grand sum of like a week, bro. What caused the sudden flip? So we clicked on the vid to find out, so let's get straight to it.
This weekend will be dubbed as the Streamer Essay Weekend. And the first incident that kicked it off was the revival of, the banning of, and the unbanning of Nina Lin and Zoe Spencer from their incident that happened about a year ago, a little over a year ago, on Saeed Silky's assistant.
Yo, I did not know it's been like a year, bro. I thought maybe a few months, but a whole year. And why is it just now coming back to the surface? I guess. You know what I'm saying? But like, in my opinion, I already expressed how I feel about the whole situation. So if you're curious to hear that, maybe stick around for the later parts of the video or go watch my other 2 videos on the situation. So yeah, you know what I'm saying? But it's been a little grip. Like, we still, you know, like, what's going on?
Oh my God. Saeed, come here. I got you. Saeed, come here.
No, you can't. No, you can't.
23,
No.
he's consensual.
No, he's not consenting.
Yes, he is.
He's not even saying nothing.
See, like, people been saying that bro had a nervous smile on his face, bro. I just don't see it. You feel me? Nervous smile and nervous laughter, that's definitely a thing, but bro looked like he was enjoying that shit. Like, I'm sorry, gang. I'm sorry. That's just how I see it. You feel me? Not to say that it's right, but I feel like this whole joint did get blown out of proportions. But at the end of the day, you can't do this to people. Let's keep that in mind.
He likes it. Give. Oh, no.
See, he not even trying to get free, bro. Like, you mean? Like, bro, just move a little quicker. You feel me? Hit a little pivot, spin move, bro. You could have hopped over the desk, something. If you really wanted to get out the gym, but he's smiling, getting choked. Like, bro, nobody's looking at you no more. Nina's not looking at you in your face. Neither is Zoe. So this will be the time for you to start frowning. You know what I'm saying? If you really didn't like that John, bro, like, you feel me? But hey,
I don't think he wants to.
everybody's different though.
Yeah, stay right there. Stay right there. Stay right there. Stay right there. Hold on.
Nobody's
Sit down.
Yo.
Sit down. Sit down.
Nobody's
You remind me of that.
After gathering to do another one of their infamous group streams, Nina Lin, Zoe Spencer, Silky, and Silky's assistant were having great times on this stream. At least what appeared to be great times. Now, I'm showing you these clips to do 2 things. 1, depict what was going on prior to this situation. And 2, because I know somebody's going to use these clips as a way to try to justify the situation that happened with him. But that does not make anything that happened to him any better or any more right or consensual. So like I said,
Right.
Zoe, Saeed, Nina, they were all having a good time. There are even videos and images of Zoe twerking on Saeed and him actually going into the twerk as if he is, you know,
Enjoying
accepting
it.
of said dance.
Yeah.
What did I even do?
Dang, I didn't know that. But she, bro, as soon as he got behind her, she got off. So she trying to play with bro for real. You could tell that. You know what I'm saying? If I was him, I'd be like, no, don't run from it now. But then again, at that point, it started getting a little crazy. So I'm going to take back what I just said. You know what I'm saying? But like, hey, man, commit. If you going to commit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all was over there trying to restrain me 2v1. And now when I'm doing it of my own free will, you don't want it? That goes to show you was doing some crazy stuff before. You know what I'm saying?
Now, all these things seem to be fun and games and just streaming culture in general until Nina and Zoe took it way too far. Now, I know that there's going to be somebody in the comment section thinking to themselves, well, why is twerking considered essay? Why is him getting a dance from them two considered essay? One, he's telling them to stop multiple times, but that's not what a lot of people are actually focusing on. What they're focusing on is the fact that they eventually pick him up, drag him into a room, and then attempt to strip his clothes off. Even
that was crazy. That second part of the clip was crazy. Only because they picking bro up. If they like held his hand or something, took him to the room and then tried, you feel me? And the rest was history, I wouldn't feel that bad about it, but they was like, you know what I mean, carrying this man like a, you know what I mean? Yeah, bro, that was bad. Or maybe that's just what I wouldn't like to have done to me, you know what I'm saying? But everything else, I could deal with that, you feel me? But hey, everybody's different. You know what I'm saying? And it is assault at the end of the day, because if it was a man, you reverse the rules, 2 men on 1 John. Yeah, we know how that would turn out.
Though there are people saying no in this situation, and from my understanding, they even tried to pull out like a condom.
Man.
No,
The thing is, though, it was clear that they're just going for clips, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Pulling out the condom. Like, they not going to have this man cracking him wide open on stream. That's obvious, but still, you could say everything up to that point, though. That doesn't excuse what they did, which is true. But yeah, bro.
Take it off. Hey, yo, cut the cameras, cut the cameras. Yo, cut the cameras, bro. Zo, do your shit. No outside clothes on bed.
See, now I don't know what kind of joke this was. This is kind of crazy. Like, this is not even funny. It's just like, yeah, bro, go get you some gang. But then when the actual camera turned off, like, she don't even want it no more. It's really just for the camera. So I'm like, hey, it ain't funny, and I ain't getting no cheeks. It looks like the joke's on me. Yeah, bro, that's bad. If it was me, that is, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, hold on. It's a nice guy. Hold on, this
See, like, why she holding his hood like that? That was kind of crazy. Like, you trying to choke the boy. I couldn't go for that.
is a nice bag.
No, he's not consenting.
Huh?
He's not consenting. Yo, that's my bag.
You had a condom.
Yo, what is happening? Yo.
Now, what's interesting and weird about this situation is the fact that this had been going on pretty much the whole day. There were several times in this stream in which Nina, Zoe, Saeed, and Silky were all together, in which Zoe and Nina went over and pinned down Saeed or started twerking on Saeed in many numerous ways.
He ran away. Cause I was trying to give him a dance last night, and I'm gonna hold him down. You do it. Okay.
Golly, they going back?
Oh my God, you're the girl Saeed been saying so much about.
He has. Yeah. You've been talking about me. Yeah.
Babyface need a barber.
Yo, bro.
He do need a barber though.
They did it again. But she's smiling. Like, you could see they think it's a joke, but like, I ain't gonna lie, bro. On 2 different occasions, it is kind of starting to get into that territory where I'm like, all right, man, what's going on? Why are y'all choosing me to keep doing this to? Am I like the, you feel me, the butt of the joke every time? Am I like a little boy to y'all? You mean like somebody to get bullied? Like, why y'all keep doing this to me, bro? At that point, I would start saying that if I'm him, especially if I'm not getting no cheeks, no buns, no, you mean? Cause then I would start getting mad. I'm like, all right, bro, you just playing with me. Like, if you're not ready to give me the real thing, man, come on, back up. You mean?
Wait, the kids.
Now, I'm not going to get in debates with people about what is wrong, isn't wrong, X, Y, and Z, etc., etc. But I do think that this does serve as a learning lesson to a lot of people that even if somebody did consent to something hours ago, minutes ago, days ago, weeks ago, doesn't mean that they will always be consenting. The minute that somebody says no to something, you gotta stop. That's just the way that things work. Now, this happened over a year ago, like I stated, and nothing happened to Nina, and nothing happened to Zoe. You're probably wondering why. Now, I have my own deep dive thoughts about that on Patreon. I'm not gonna discuss it in this video.
I will say though, gang, doing that, John, banning them a whole year and some change after we're removed, bro, that's kind of crazy. Even though it resurfaced, Twitch just now being like, all right, fine, we'll ban them, bro. Relax. It is kind of crazy, but Twitch only did that because they was pressured into doing it. But come on, bro, inciting a ban over a year later, like the people who was in the, you mean, the Twitter communities and Instagram or whatever other social medias it was being discussed on, talking about they need to be banned. It's like, bro, it's been a year, gang, you good?
But let's just say this.
I feel you, but like, you good?
was swept under the rug and people really weren't studying this situation until some specific incidents happened. Your Rage Gaming, yes, Your Rage, member of FaZe, had to press Nina at a party in which she doubled down on what she did back then, and that kind of sparked this whole new revival of the entire situation.
Oh,
So what if
okay,
he
I see.
says, I feel like you did some shit wrong?
No, so the whole Saeed thing, no one essay Saeed. That's why today I was actually looking for Saeed. I was gonna talk to him because he definitely felt disrespected as a person. Me, I take accountability what I do. If you dead ass felt disrespected, I didn't know. So you gotta let me know. If you did, I will always apologize. I mean, that's just normal people. But for him to walk around and say all that crazy shit, you never think about what Saeed's thinking too, though. Like, who wants to walk around being called that? That's embarrassing for him as a guy.
You ain't see Saeed today?
No, I was looking for him. I was looking everywhere for him.
Now, while she did claim that she was trying to patch these situations up between Saeed and her, she ultimately denied it. Look, Saeed had been talking about this for a very, very long time, and he fell victim to what a lot of male victims fall victim to, is that people just don't care. He ran into the gay jokes. He ran into the, you don't think she bad, you sweet, you soft, X, Y, and Z jokes. He ran into a lot of backlash and scrutiny behind dismissing Zoe and dismissing Nina's advances in this situation. And to be quite honest with you, that's just wrong. As a society, we have to do a better job of taking SA more seriously for all victims, to be quite honest with you, but especially male victims. Male victims get invalidated so often because people can't fathom how a man can be essayed by a woman, but let's be clear, it can happen. It can really, really happen. But the only problem is that when it does happen, people run to the internet or run to the timeline and just straight up invalidate you. And especially because he's a cameraman, nobody's gonna care about him and his feelings. Now, because this situation got revitalized based off of Nina's total dismissal of Saeed's feelings, people started to pick up on this story again, and those bigger content creators like XQC and Asm Gold basically pressed Twitch's B-Star about, hey, how are you gonna address this situation? This is something we didn't know about, and now that we do know about it, what are you gonna do?
Isn't it
Right.
crazy this bitch hasn't gotten banned yet? She hasn't, right? So let me get
He's
this straight.
talking
So
crazy.
it's been a whole day. Everybody been talking about this. You have this girl that sexually assaults a guy on camera, and she not even banned. Wow. We're gonna bring this up tomorrow. Like, actually, I'm thinking about maybe I should tell somebody that works at Twitch about this in order to make sure that, honestly, to make them legally liable. Because, like, now you knew about this, right? Like, now you knew that there was sexual assault that happened. It's on video. And like, now, you know, that's it. And so I think they know, man. Yeah, but it's different if, like, I have it right there and I say
if
it
you
right
call
there.
them
Do
out.
it in writing. Oh, I will. I'll do it in writing.
Now, what Asm Gold just said there opens up a plethora of interesting talking points. First and foremost, Twitch has an inconsistency problem when it comes to this type of stuff. There's no doubt in my mind that they had saw this clip or this is something that was on their radar. Hell, they'll see it if I drop a slur on my stream. But it's interesting that they took this long to even do some sort of addressing of the situation, and I think it's quite strange how they handled it. It's also interesting that he claims,
I mean, it's only like, bro, come on, because they could play like they didn't see it before, but when you directly put it in front of their face, yo, Twitch, look what happened. What you gonna do? Literally, they have no other choice but to ban them, bro. But the fact that they're already unbanned, which I don't think we've discussed yet, is pretty telling that they was like, bro, it's not that big a deal. Which was it? Like, you mean, bro, it's been over a year. Like, is cuz still traumatized? Like what's going on, bro?
that he has the ability.
And I'm not even trying to be insensitive or nothing like that, bro, but it's just like, come on, gang. Like, like, bro, we acting like this man got like they actually legit did rip his clothes off and had this man, like, you mean, like, really giving it to her. Like, Zoe, you mean, like, bro, that didn't happen. So was it? There's varying degrees of assault, I feel, and this is very much on the low end, bro. Because there's real situations, or I won't say real, but there's situations where it's a lot more severe, or yeah, it's a lot more severe. That doesn't mean this doesn't mean anything. In my mind, it don't mean nothing, I'll be honest. You mean, like, it's cool, bro, because you could just get out the situation as a man. So, like, bro, calling this sexual assault is like, all right, come on, my nigga. But yeah, bro. Yeah. I don't know what else to say, but yeah. I just don't see it as this big of a deal, bro. Like, he dragging that shit. I ain't even gonna lie. You feel me, bro? My true thoughts, he dragging that shit, talking about, bro, I'm still, like, recovering to this day. It's like, bro, it's been a whole year, man. Like, what are you talking about? I understand if it was right after, but it's been a year and we still talking about that, John, bro. Like, I don't know, man. But it is wrong, though. It is wrong. And I'm not even trolling. You know what I'm saying? If somebody say no, which I didn't hear him say no, but people say people has said that he's said no, but I didn't really hear that. But that doesn't mean it didn't happen. And if it did, when someone says no, like Omizi said, we gotta stop doing whatever we doing because they don't want it. But yeah, bro, what I call this assault, sexual assault, I don't know. I don't think so.
Ability to make somebody legally liable to do certain things, and this has always existed. I say that because there are situations that have happened in the past in which Twitch has not handled something. Asm Gold or other big content creators and streamers on the platform knew about the situation, but honestly did not leverage the power that they have in order to clean up the platform, you know, to get these sickos and perverts off of the platform. Now, don't get me wrong, we're definitely looking at the platform as a whole and how they handle these types of situations. Ultimately, Twitch did lay down a ban on both Nina and Zoe Spencer.
Hold on now, Omar. I gotta say something real quick.
In less than 48 hours of both of them being banned, now it is official that both Nina and Zoe
It's
Spencer
only been
are
one
unbanned
day
after being banned after committing essay on camera.
It only took one day, bro. That's crazy. I had said a week before this, but it's only been one day. That's insane, bro. It was a nigga on on standby, bro. As soon as they ban them, they say, all right, so the day timer. We don't think anybody's gonna notice. As soon as one day passes, unban them. We did our job. That's all we need to do. We're good. You know what I'm saying? That's literally what happened. You feel me? If you think about it, it only took them one day to unban them, bro. That is crazy. You gotta at least make it look like you care. You commit to it, mud. Like, really like, oh yeah, they deserve this ban, so we gonna keep them banned for like a month. They couldn't even last a day, gang. That's crazy.
Saeed, Silky's assistant. And I'm here to tell you that Twitch, the platform, just doesn't care about SA. Now, it's probably something to note, and it's something I'm going to talk about later in the video, but Zoe did put out her apology video months ago, and now Nina has put out her apology video over the weekend. And it seems as though that's all that it takes on the platform like Twitch, because Mango, another streamer, if you remember from Ludwig's burial cart video, who was essaying a bunch of different women, humping them without their clothes on, giving them physical contact, etc., etc., is also back on the platform. So that would make 3 people this year who are on high profile streams with high profile streamers, etc., who have been committing essay on stream, getting banned off the platform and then unbanned and no.
See, it's kind of crazy, bro, because Mango, I think Omar said that he was air humping the women, which is just crazy. Even if you're not touching them, I don't know why my mind thinks that's worse a little bit than what happened to Saeed, bro. I don't know why I think that, but I do. I can't even lie to you, bro.
Time. I think PR played a large role as to why Twitch even went about doing.
It's just because it's man on woman crime compared to woman on man crime. I don't see it the same, bro. I'm sorry. It just ain't quite the same for me. And this joint muted.
PR played a large role as to why Twitch even went about doing what they did, you know, the unbannings and the statements and everything like that. But I think it's interesting how quickly they are able to and willing to reverse the actions that they made. Is the SA serious or is it not? And Twitch is making it as clear as possible that they really don't care about any of this stuff for real, for real. Like, they just want people to feel like they care, feel like some sort of action was done, have the streamers make their announcements saying, good, I'm glad the platform did, etc., and then ultimately unban them, because they also do know that the unbans are going to get, you know, not as much traction or not as many views as the actual original banning of them. It's
I didn't even know that happened.
And disgusting, but it does track for a platform like Twitch. Now back to the video. Now, after getting cooked by a plethora of streamers like Stable Ronaldo, YBG, and McQueen.
I mean, yeah, she's a fucking weirdo. I don't know how it took that long. That's a literal crime. And you know it's bad when she admitted and she said that he should be embarrassed. Like, what are you, what? So bad. That was like the worst thing you could have ever said.
Aspen Golden XCC reacted to it and they're like, she should be banned. And then she's like, I'm sorry.
Well, they're not even useful to the fucking platform. Who gives a fuck?
They shouldn't be done crazy, but there should be some consequences.
You talking crazy, ain't he?
They should. Because of the fact of the matter is, nigga, if 2 men did this shit, it would look terrible. All the women in the world would be trying to cancel them to that man. Rightfully so. Rightfully so. But why is that okay when why is it okay to do that when men do it? But why, but it's not, nigga, but they not getting, the women aren't getting the same type of, they're not getting the same treatment. Nah. Doesn't matter if it was all fun and games. You shouldn't do that shit.
For fairness sake, they gotta get banned. They had to get banned, but bro, man, a day of being banned and then you're unbanned right away again. That's hardly a punishment, I'll be honest. I would have kept them banned for like a month, bro, at the minimum, and then they're good to go, like, you know what I'm saying? But it just seemed like Twitch ain't really care, bro. That was a bad look, and for fairness sake, we gotta have them be banned, because if it was two men, like we've been saying, they would have been banned too, probably forever, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, for fairness sake, we have to have them both banned. So I do agree with that verdict.
Especially not on stream. Nigga, keep your hands to yourself, okay? If a nigga wanna be a mark and run away from Sakochi, cool. Leave him alone. Let that nigga be a buster and run away from Sakochi.
See, bro, even what McQueen is saying, like, we all got that in our head. Every man has that in his head to an extent. Every nigga saying they don't is just cat, bro. Like, come on, nigga.
Now you're just forcing this shit on this nigga.
We finally got an apology from Nina after, you know, this whole incident happened.
I'ma always be all right, bro. Trust me. But I want to make sure he's okay with that ass. Because he's been very nice. He's always been very nice to me, you know? This situation, what I'm talking about, has nothing to do with YBG and none of that. So I don't want to hear his name, but it only has to do with me and Saeed. And listen, I'm old enough to own up to what I did wrong. And during the situation, I genuinely 100% thought it was a joke. I just thought he was laughing, so I'm like, oh, like we all just laughing and geeking. But yeah, I see. It is wrong. It is really, really wrong. And what we did was wrong. You know, he clearly was uncomfortable with it.
Bro, why Omizi looks so scared? I don't even think y'all could see him, bro. Hold on. Why Cud looks so scared, man? What's up? What's going on with this, man?
No, and he was very hurt by it, so that's all.
Cud looks spooked, bro. That joint crazy. Let me move back though. You know.
Her eyes not crazy? That's not crazy? Now, to me, it's interesting, but also very expected that Nina Lin would apologize after this specific removal of her account from Twitch. It lends a lot of people to believe that she actually doesn't have a lot of remorse. It's just a situation where she's trying to save face. And as for Zoe Spencer, she actually apologized earlier this year. Now, granted, a lot of people would say that it came from the backlash of So Illuminati, but she did it well before any sort of punishment or any sort of banning was levied down from Twitch.
I didn't mean to make him feel uncomfortable whatsoever. And I know that I definitely crossed the line with everything. I was just trying to be funny and I was just trying to make a moment for the stream. I see that what I did came off all wrong and it's on me. I take full accountability for that. I just want to say, Saeed, and to anybody out there that I made feel uncomfortable, I'm genuinely sorry. I'll definitely do better moving forward. I want the stream life to be fun. I want it to be wild, and I want everybody to feel comfortable and have a good time, but definitely not at the cost of somebody feeling uncomfortable or feeling violated.
Now look, essay is essay, and I don't want anybody comparing the severity between what has been displayed in the Miskit video that I released a little bit earlier and this video. I don't think that that's the productive conversation to have. The more productive conversation to have is, what is this culture that's going on in the streaming community that thinks that stuff like this is okay and acceptable? Who are the enablers? Who are the people that can be stopping this? Who is aiding in these situations? And why do we have a platform that routinely is inconsistent as to how they handle these things? I think part of the reason why people feel as if they can continue to do these things is because there's not a serious platform that's going to give serious punishment based off of your actions and behaviors on stream. Hey, just think about this. I'm a new streamer on the block, and I know if I essay a woman on stream for the clicks, likes, and views and send out an apology, Twitch is only going to give me a 24-hour ban. What's really stopping me from doing these things? And hell, as we speak,
bro,
I'm
people know it's
sure
different.
Miskit is not suspended or banned from the platform as well.
People know it's different as a man, bro. They know that that joint is different. If you do that as a man, like, come on, cuz. You getting banned forever. That's bad, bro. We already know that.
I'm putting a challenge, and I mean a real hard challenge on Twitch to do what needs to be done and keep these people off the platform. And the next people that I'm looking at is you, the viewing audience. Not necessarily directly blaming you, but you know, the bigger you as a whole. Stop giving your views and stop giving your eyeballs to these people who are bad and evil. Gang, there are so many other content creators who don't do these types of things. At the bare minimum, you could just at least not be so deeply involved with these streamers that you will blindly back them no matter what. That's the type of stuff that leads to all this behavior being enabled. And that's where we get nasty situations like what happened with Saeed, what happened with Imaru, what happened to Senna, what happened to Emily CC, what happened to any of these young women and young men. I'm asking you, and I'm asking myself, I'm asking the community as a whole, Twitch, the platform, everybody. Let's start taking...
Hey, man, WVIT, man. WVIT. Yeah. Final thoughts, man. It's crazy that they got unbanned that quick. I do not think that that should have been the thing. They should have stayed banned for at least a month for fairness sake. But I also don't believe that, you know what I mean, that situation was as big as niggas is really paying it to be. For sure, they should not have done that, but to call it SA, bro, like, I wouldn't even go that far. But let me know what you guys think of the video in the comment section down below. They have gotten unbanned, so they just back out on the streets and shit. Let me know how y'all feel about that too. Make sure to like the video, comment, and subscribe. Thank y'all for watching, and until next time, I'll catch you guys later. Love y'all. Peace.